Hello, YouTube friends. Today is April 19th, 2012, and today is Thursday. One more day before the weekend. Here's my never try to record something we can't even. Here's my YNR review. Daniel bumps into Avery, and all his stuff falls out there at the coffee house, and she finds the book. Where'd you get this? He said, I got it from my mom. She told me to throw it in the trash, but I thought it would be good just to keep it, for Lucy. And she said, "Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you kept it and kept it in the family." Our dad gave it to her, and Daniel just kind of looked off, and they both had to go, so they kind of just left. Ricky tells Phyllis he has a story, and she said the story you need to be concerned about is getting information about Daisy, and he said he working on it. You know, um, me and her and Harmony come up and they get to talking, and she says, watch Ricky. He's not the kind of person that she needs to have in her inner circle, and their relationship just needs to stay strictly business. Neil goes after Tucker for arguing with Sophia. He just went in on him, and he said, "I'm trying to hold my tongue about this, but this is just wrong and getting into her like this." And Sophia's like, "Neil, it's okay, it's okay." And Tucker, he said, "Well, it is what it is. Sometimes it's just how it happens." So Catherine, Esther, and Chloe are talking about the house. Catherine really doesn't want her to leave. Chloe said, "I'm probably not gonna like it," and they get into that talking about the house. Daniel and Kevin, talk about uh, Kevin going to see the house or whatever. Daisy and Ricky talk about uh, her and Lucy's custody hearing, and did he get any information about Phyllis, and she wish he could find something really good about Phyllis to mess up the custody. And Daisy's kind of like, "Well, no, I really don't want to mess up anything with Daniel. I really want us to be a family." And Ricky gets mad, and he's like, "Well, when you finish writing Daisy Romalotti and get out of your fantasy life, give me a call." Phyllis Avery shows up after Phyllis is telling Harmony, what, I don't know what y'all's relationship is, but Ricky is not the one you want to have personal friendship with. Just keep it business. And Avery shows up, and she introduces Harmony to Avery, and Avery speaks or whatever, and she noticed Avery's upset, and she was like, "What's wrong?" And Avery tells her she saw Daniel with the book, and why didn't she have the book. um Kevin comes to get Chloe to take her to the house, and he asks if she ready, and she's like, "Well, not really." She's still having her doubts about it, and she really doesn't want to live there because, of course, that's where he and Angelina were. He said, "I never thought about having this house. When I was in this house the whole time, I think about me and you doing things. Me eating my bowl of cereal, you walking in with your pajamas on and your fuzzy slippers, me looking out the window and see Delia playing in the clubhouse, or us having her wedding in the backyard." That's the stuff I think about. I don't even think about Angelina in this house. And so he's trying to reassure her, just come see it before you make a judgment. And she still, you know, she said, "Well, I'll look at it, make my judgment. But if I don't like it," he said, "if you don't like it, I'll tell my mom to put it on the market, and we won't even discuss it no more. It'll be the end of the topic." So she's like, "Okay." Neil apologized to Sophia for going all off on Tucker, and she's like, "Neil, it's fine, it's okay." And he's like, "I should have kept my composure and all that." And he tells her he wants her to come work for Chancellor. And she was excited, but she went ahead and told him that she can't do it because she lied. Her and Tucker were really not arguing. It was all fake. And she still works for him, and she tells him how he wanted the whole thing to be set up to so that she can get information on how much Victor was gonna bid on Beauty of Nature so he can overbid on it. Avery and Phyllis exchange words about the book. Avery tells Phyllis that she knows that Dad did it for love, and He always loved her, and he always tried to make things right even after she left to try to make her feel complete. And Phyllis is like, no, he didn't do that. He said, really? She said, really, Avery? Well, what did he leave for you in the will? He didn't even tell you anything. He didn't leave you nothing. He didn't say anything. So how is that him, caring? He just used you because you were the only one that took up for him. And, Avery got a little offended and she left. Um, Michael and Daniel talk at the athletic club. He tell him he's gonna be fine, and just remember that don't do anything that can mess up his case, and everything will be fine. Daisy calls him to come and Daisy calls him to come and pick up the little girl from her house because the people are still. She had some kind of pipe to burst in her house, and she needed him to come and pick the little girl up because she couldn't leave. And yeah, Tucker and Catherine talk. Tucker, Roz, and Catherine, they get to talking about Devon and his hearing, and she says, "Oh, I was right at the hospital. If I'd have known, because I was there to see baby John. If I'd have known you guys were gonna be there, I would have came." And he's like, "Please don't take this the wrong way. I just really didn't, I didn't not invite you on purpose. I just overlooked it." So then they start to talk about the baby, and he said he didn't really get a chance to see him because the it hit the fan by the time he had gotten there, and the party was pretty much over. And they talk about Victor getting Beauty of Nature, and he was kind of upset that he said the things that I plan, ways I plan to get it, I didn't get it. So, uh, Neil and Sophia are talking about the little scam that they pulled, and he's looking real upset and like, why would you do this? And she say, before me and you were married and going through our thing, I did stuff like this for Tucker all the time. This is just what we did. And she said, what I did was a mistake, and I'm sorry, and I just wanted to confess because I was just tired of going through this, trying to keep a charade with you. I mean, you're my husband. And he's like, why do you feel that you couldn't tell me this and all of this? And he just gets a little upset and he leaves. Daniel arrived to pick up Lucy. They're getting her dressed, getting her ready to go. And Daisy was like, oh, isn't this good? We're doing things like a family. Maybe we can be this way all the time. And Daniel was like, no, this is not going to happen. Avery starts to remind Phyllis about the good things that Dad used to do with them. And Phyllis is not trying to hear. She's trying to remind him all the bad things he was doing even up until his dying day. So Kevin, Coy, and Delia go to see the house. Michael and Avery are talking at the athletic club about them having a bad day. She having a bad day with Phyllis. Him having a bad day with Lauren. I mean, because of Lauren. And she's down there in London now with Finmore. And she doesn't want to bring him back because they're afraid of Daisy. And they just trying to figure out what they could do. She's like, well, we can't really move. And there's nothing we can do. She's always going to be there. Daisy apologizes to Dan because before Daisy had told Daniel, well, what if I take the baby and I never give you my forwarding address? So, the hearing is coming up. Don't make me get full custody. And then she comes back and she apologizes and she says she just wanted Lucy to have a real family. And he said that, that's why I'm trying to get custody now, so she can have a real family. And then he leaves. Harmony comes to Neil. She sees he's not fit, himself, and he's a little upset. So she said, "Why don't I buy you a cup of coffee, and we talk about it?" He's like, "Well, I don't know." And she said, "Just talk about it. I mean, it's obvious that you're angry. So I'll buy you the cup of coffee. All we're gonna do is talk, and that's it." Um, Catherine tells Tucker that she knows that he set up, like that was a scam that he and Sophia were going through, because that him and Sophia were too close for them to just end like that. And then it happened to be around the same time that Beauty of Nature was going through what it was going through. So she picked it up and she caught on to it, and she told him that it was a good business strategy, but what he did to make her lie to her husband was wrong. But she did give him cahoots on the business strategy. She said it was smart, and they exchanged. They had a little mother son bond, and they hugged, and he was happy, and that she approved, because she never really approved of anything he do. So he was surprised and caught off guard that she agreed to it. Um, Harmony tells Neil that he just needs to forgive. They talked the other day about forgiveness, and she said, "Well, I'm sure the person apologized to you as much as they could, and it was in no intent to harm you. So you should just forgive." And he was like, "Yeah, you're right." And they kind of give each other this flirty look without flirting. So I don't know what's gonna go on with that. Um, Chloe sees the whole house and she complains a little bit, but then Kevin goes, "Well, I'll just tell my mom. I'll just call my mom and let her know." And she said, "Yes, call your mom and let her know the house is not for sale because I love it." So she loved the house. Her and Delia and Kevin hug and have a little moment. Um, Michael and Avery toast to their families and they kind of laugh and it goes off on them. Um, Daniel and Phyllis talk about the book, and he tells his mom, "I'm sorry, maybe I should have just threw the book away. I didn't know it was gonna I didn't want to cause any problems." And she said, "No, I'm glad you didn't throw it away. I would like for Lucy to have the book, pass something down in the family." And she asked him what was wrong, and he said it was something that Daisy had said about, taking the baby away. And uh, she reassures him everything's gonna be okay. She's not gonna let that happen. So at the very end, Ricky comes back to Daisy's house, and he said, "I know you changed your mind." And she said, "I want you to find out anything you can find out to help me win Lucy back." So that's pretty much what happened today, and I thank you guys for watching. Please comment, share, subscribe, like, dislike, thumbs up, thumbs down. Yes. This is my son, y'all. So you all have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow for Friday's episode. Bye-bye.